Welcome to the lesson on grading student submissions in the Canvas Gradebook. This is the final part of our 4-part video series on using Canvas grades. In this section, we'll learn how to grade assignments that are submitted in person or via Canvas, explore the teacher and student gradebook views, and learn how to transfer midterm and final grades from Canvas to self-service. If you'd like to work along as you watch, you may wish to go to Student View in your course, submit an assignment, and then return to Instructor View to practice grading. In the Canvas Gradebook, you can grade items that students submit in Canvas or tasks that they complete in person. The icon that appears as a document with a small exclamation point indicates that a student has submitted something in Canvas that is waiting to be graded. Students who have only a dash have not submitted anything in Canvas for this assignment. There are 2 ways to enter grades: from the gradebook page itself or in SpeedGrader. From the gradebook, you can type in a score for each student or select from the drop-down menu, which will contain letters, point values, or whatever grading scheme you selected for the assignment. This method works best when there's no Canvas submission and you're not using a rubric or providing any narrative feedback. If you do want to review the student's Canvas submission or provide additional feedback, you'll need to use SpeedGrader, which you can access from the gradebook or from the assignment page. In SpeedGrader, you'll see the student's submission, if they've made one, displayed on the left, and your grading tools on the right. In the top right corner, you can use the arrows or drop-down menu to move between different students, and you can click the gradebook icon in the top left corner at any time to return to the main gradebook. If a student has made multiple submissions to this assignment, you will see a drop-down menu toward the top of the grading pane where you can select which submission you want to grade. Most common file types can be displayed in the left side reading pane, but if a file does not display, or you need to examine metadata or formatting, you also have the option to download the original version and open it on your computer. For files that display in the reading pane, you have access to several annotation tools that allow you to provide feedback directly within a student's document. You can leave a comment in a specific location, or highlight or strike through text and leave related comments. You can also draw on the file or indicate a specific area and add comments, which are especially useful tools when a student is submitting an image or something else that isn't text. Now let's take a look at our grading tools. In the grading pane, on the right side of the screen, you will see the point value of the assignment, a box where you will enter the grade, and an option to view the rubric if you've chosen to use one. If you are using the rubric, you can select a mastery level for each criterion and even provide comments specific to each criterion if you'd like, then click Save. If you have configured your rubric to calculate scores, a grade will appear in the box automatically. If the rubric is not being used for scoring, you can enter a grade manually into the box. If you are not using a rubric for this assignment, you would simply skip that step and move right to entering a grade in the box. Below the grading box and rubric, if you have one, you will also find a comment area. This is an additional way that you can provide feedback to a student about their assignment. You can type comments here or upload an attachment or even record audio or video comments. Anything you add here is private between you and the student whose work you are grading, and they can actually comment back to you here as well. Once you have submitted the student's grade and any comments, it will appear automatically in the gradebook. If a student has not submitted anything in Canvas, they will be grayed out in the student list in SpeedGrader, but your ability to use these grading and feedback tools is still active. This is useful for an assignment where the students might be completing a live performance or presentation or submitting a physical piece of art. As with any other assignment, you can assign a grade, use a rubric, and provide comments, and their score will be added right into their Canvas gradebook to factor into their overall grade. In part 1 of this series, we talked about settings for grades to post automatically or manually. Once again, we do recommend using the automatic posting setting for your overall gradebook, but there may be certain assignments you want to post manually once all students have completed them. If there are any items in the gradebook that you did set to post manually, the word manual will appear under the assignment title. When you are ready to post those grades, click the 3 dots next to the assignment title, then Post Grades. Keep in mind that if you grade any additional student submissions after doing this, you will need to remember to repeat this step each time. For this reason, we do recommend using the automatic posting setting whenever possible to eliminate that extra step. As an instructor, your view of the gradebook includes all assignments and all students, but students can only see published assignments and their own grades. As a student user, clicking on the grades item in the course will display a list of all published assignments. The student can see any status that applies to their submission, such as late, missing, or excused, and if the assignment has been graded, they can see their score. If you have used a rubric or added comments, students can also view these from the gradebook page. If a student has submitted an assignment that has not yet been graded, they will see a piece of paper icon in the score column. If the assignment has not yet been turned in, they will see a dash. If you selected category-based grading in Part 3, this will display in students' gradebooks as well. On the right, students can see what the grading categories are and how much each one is worth without having to refer back to the syllabus. At the bottom of the page, they can see how they are doing so far in each category, and of course, their overall grade so far. In the instructor view, you have access to this information as well. If you scroll to the right, after the columns for each item, you will find a column that displays student averages in each grading category. Finally, we come to the total column. Here, students' overall averages are displayed as percentages, and you can also see each student's current letter grade. When it comes time to enter midterm or final grades, simply type those same letter grades right into self-service. No spreadsheets, no math, and you can be sure that students' overall grades have been calculated accurately in the way that matches your syllabus. As you begin using the Canvas Gradebook in your courses, remember that you can reach out to the Center for Teaching and Learning Design for help at any time. We offer in-person and virtual workshops, self-help materials, one-on-one consultations, and more, and we would be delighted to work with you.